Welcome to UCF. I know it was a pretty good deal when UCF offered you. They saw something in you coming out of Boone High School, and usually kickers maybe have to walk on first. But I know you got a scholarship right off the bat. So what did that mean to you that UCF was they believed in you that much to do that? It meant a lot because you actually obviously finished.
Yeah, no, it meant a lot because UCF really intrigued me early on through my recruitment. Being from Orlando, it was pretty easy to get seen by UCF, and as my recruitment pretty much started to pick up, I started going to schools that were already in the Power Fives, and then I started getting noticed by the likes of SEC schools and other Big 12 schools. But then once I found out that UCF was making the transition to the Big 12, that pretty much tied the knot for me, especially being from hometown. I came to UCF games growing up, and I could see myself on this field early on in my recruitment, so that's what really sold it for me.
So what's it been like? You were here in January, right? So you went through spring practice, you kicked a lot because I know Colton Boomer was injured in spring. So what's the adjustment been like? How's it been kind of these last 8 months or so?
Yeah, it was pretty seamless, honestly. When we came in, we got thrown in right away. Coming in January, we had a little bit of off time, and then we started spring. With Colton's injury, I got to kind of get more experience. Right away.
Reps,
yeah, exactly. And going into the spring season, leading up to the spring game, that's pretty much why I made my decision to come early, to early enroll. Get used to the environment, get used to the team, my teammates, and all that, and get used to taking reps on the big stage. And I felt like that was very helpful.
Yeah. Where do you think you are right now? I know obviously you're competing with Colton, on field goals. Are you a kickoff guy? Like where are you kind of competing, you think, right now?
Yeah, our spectrum obviously is very talented.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to say exactly as of right now. We're in the middle of fall camp, and trying to just see where I stand right now. That's really a question for Coach Malzahn, but hoping to see the field this season. That's for sure.
So when did kicking become something that you got interested in as a youth? Was it something did you play soccer and you gravitate towards it, or when did that become an avenue for you?
Yeah, it's kind of funny because I grew up playing, like you said, soccer my whole life. So I was playing soccer year after year, pretty much until my high school years. But I grew up watching football.
Right.
So I was watching,
exactly,
fan of UCF. Watching football my whole life, but I never got the chance to play it. And then I kind of realized starting high school that soccer maybe wasn't the route. So my freshman year, I just told myself, I could kick a soccer ball pretty far. Let's see how far I could kick a football. And turned out that was a very good idea. So I started playing football my freshman year of high school, and that's where it took off from there.
Yeah. So when did you realize you were actually pretty good at it? I know you'd go to these close kicking camps and you were highly rated and stuff. And I guess the college interest eventually got there. Like, when did you realize you were pretty good, and how much work went into that?
Yeah, a lot of work. I started my freshman season kind of just toying with it. Kept practicing, day after day and whatnot, and it was pretty much into my sophomore year. I got thrown in right away to, playing on the varsity team and all that. So I think really my sophomore year is when I realized that I had a chance to take this pretty far.
Yeah. So how did you like Coach Blackman, Coach Malzahn kind of did transition to UCF? How much did the coaching staff kind of have to do with the reason you decided to come to UCF?
Yeah, people always say don't pick a school because of the coaches, but it's hard to keep that out of your mind. When I was going through my recruitment, they were a big selling point. Coach Blackman, Coach Larson, Coach Malzahn. It really felt like even before I got here that I was a part of the spectrum. So I feel like that was a big selling point, and especially now it just feels like we're family.
So how excited are you for this year? It's a big season for you. First year in the Big 12, you'll be part of the first team that plays in it. How excited are you for this year?
Yeah, it's very exciting. Obviously we're not only it being my freshman season, excited for that, but knowing that we are the first team going into the Big 12 for this program, that's very substantial. So knowing that, it's a big deal. We got a large fan base that's counting on us, and not only is it a big deal, but that's what fuels us to go and perform for Orlando. So that's exciting.
I appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Grant. Great job.